If you're looking for the hottest runway show under 9 minutes and 18 seconds, then look no further. This show features 43 looks, 22 of which rely on the same 2 t-shirts, 3 new handbags, bag charms, sweeping vistas of the Whole Foods over on the corner. This Coach show has it all. Hey guys, my name's Stefan. Oops, I mean Caleb. Today we're going to be talking about the Coach Runway Show for Spring 2025. If you like more content like this, featuring luxury, lifestyle, you name it, hit the subscribe button down below. Consider joining the membership for extra perks and access. And we are going to be diving into the show, if you will. I was putting this off because we just did our, Coach Fall 2024, is it what we had hoped for video, which got a lot of response. That was a lot of fun kind of hearing everybody's take and everybody's opinions. And here we are again discussing Coach. It's like the hottest brand right now for several reasons. It's at a good price point. It's the bag that's on the tip of everyone's tongue, the Empire Tote, the Brooklyn Hobo. And I was really expecting this season, the designs came on strong, like it was a hit. So I'm thinking like, okay, spring 2025, it can only get better. Like we can only go up. And yeah, we got a show. It's 9 minutes and 18 seconds long. This show relied heavily on the I Heart New York t-shirt, which is like eponymous for tourists when you visit New York. You've got to get the coffee mug, the magnet fridge, the t-shirt to tell everyone that you've been to New York City. 22 of the 43 looks either relied on this t-shirt or another t-shirt with some variation of graffiti and stickers, because that's what we do a lot of around here. So when I think of ready-to-wear and runway fashions, I don't automatically think of Coach. I think that this is a new thing, since Stuart Vevers took over in 2013. Listen, guys, he left Mulberry, Loewe, he's worked at Calvin Klein, like a lot of really good experience in the past, and the current Coach runways and bag designs and quality are not it, in my opinion. I would have expected more from the runway, from the fashions, if you will. Now, there was one standout piece that was very body cash, and it was like this very mod crop neck leather jacket, for lack of a better word. I believe back in the day, Reed Krakoff actually used to show this in a few variations. It'd have the turnlocks down the front, very Bonnie Cashin in design. Bonnie Cashin, again, as always with Coach, is always an underlying theme, and this runway was no different. So we saw 3 different bags. Again, with how many bags they have in the lineup, I would have loved to have seen more. 3 bags, I think, is just a little... don't give me the same 2 t-shirts and the same 3 bags over and over again. I expect a little bit more, but these bags did come in different variations, colors, and things, which we're going to break into here in just a second. Now, before we dive in and really dissect the collection, let's hear what Stuart Vevers had to say about this collection of modern Americana. We've taken very archetypal pieces and made them unique to the wearer, with the proportions, with the styling, and with very playful embellishments that call into question the idea of traditional luxury. I think what's more valuable today is something that's personal. With that in mind, I could see some of these pieces kind of falling into that. Other pieces, we've seen before. I think that with current Coach runways, there's just an underlying theme of 90s grunge cosplay. I said what I said, safe space. I don't know. I could see that coming into play with a couple of these bags coming up, especially like the backpack, the large kiss lock clutch we're going to talk about. But first, let's kick things off with the tabby bag. Now, listen, the tabby bag is one of Coach's most popular designs, and as far as like the current collection goes, this and the Rogue are like their 2 longest standing bags that they've held on to for a few years, actually. I picked this one up. My husband got this for me, I want to say like 2-3 years ago now at this point, the first denim collection, when they said it'd be limited and then they released 2 or 3 more. That's fine. Not mad about it. But the tabby itself has seen yet another reiteration. So for this runway collection, we're seeing more chain on the bag. Now, most of these were worn pretty high up and into the armpit. So unfortunately, with the way that the Vogue cameras were set up, like it cut off a lot of the bags. Like we missed a lot of these tabby bags, but we saw all the charms hanging from them, and I think the charms are going to be pretty standard as far as like the shapes for this collection goes. I think we're going to see teddy bears, lips, more dinosaurs, cabin of dinosaurs, and hearts. We're going to see a lot of those kind of charms, and they hung all of those off of the tabbies. It looks like these charms are actually going to be utilitarian. You can actually store things inside, like your ear pods, maybe some change, bus tickets, things like that. But what I do like about what they did get right with this new tabby, I like how it's both soft yet also very structured. So with this, you have that traditional old tabby design with like the divider down the center, very structured sides, but then that top is going to be very, very relaxed, very loose, very similar to the soft tabby. So this is kind of like a reiteration of both tabbies mashed into one, which is kind of exciting. Fendi has actually re-released a baguette kind of with this design aesthetic as far as the flap goes. I don't know, the tabbies, like I'm excited to see new reiterations. We're seeing the updated Coach chain that they've been using for the last few years. And overall, the tabby, it's a very classic bag, so you really can't knock it. Like I said, I love mine. I can appreciate other tabbies. Am I in the market for a second tabby? Probably not. But what I don't love though is like this stickers aesthetic that they have going on. This one we saw on, I think, both the tabby and the backpack that we're going to talk about here in a little bit. Like I said, when Stuart Vevers was talking about this collection, he said that it's all about personality, making luxury personal to the wearer. So I'm wondering if this isn't part of like the Coach design program where you can go in and like pick out your stickers or leather badges. I'm not quite sure if they're stickers, pins, what have you, and have them like placed on the bag. That would be pretty cool in my opinion. But we're going to have to wait until spring summer 2025 to really understand what this sticker aesthetic is, or are tabbies and backpacks just coming with like the ladybug, the rainbow, the hearts, the dinosaur, the stars, the bears? What are we actually going to see when these things hit stores? Because as you all know, guys, not everything we see on the runway actually makes it to production. They used to call them pilot bags back in the day for Coach when they were kind of testing a new bag, and those were incredibly collectible, and they kind of still do the same thing. Like they might make a small batch of what was on the runway, but you've got to work really hard to get it, much like my Eagle NYC tote. Loved that collection. Now, moving on to the backpacks. Now, this is quite possibly, in my opinion, one of the better backpacks that I've seen from Coach in a long time. You're like, Caleb, why? Like, there's gorgeous backpacks out now. I'm like, you're not wrong, bet. But this one though, it's very clean. It's very mod 60s in my opinion in the way that it's designed, and that big kiss lock pocket on the back, which that is a Bonnie Cashin design staple, which I wish they get back to turn locks again. That's just me. But I really like how it kind of elevates the backpack. Now, not necessarily like the graffiti one, but the all solid leather backpacks where it's just the beautiful kind of mahogany colored leather with that kiss lock pocket on the back. Now that is chef's kiss. Like honestly, that is probably my favorite bag from this runway. I think, don't quote me, but I think that is probably my favorite bag from the runway. It's modern, it's elevated, it's very IYKYK when it comes to design cues. It doesn't really have Coach stamped anywhere on the front. Very clean, very beautiful, very aesthetic. Now, I do see a problem though, looking at how the model is wearing this. It looks like instead of actually being like a true padded, comfortable shoulder strap, this is going to be like a cutesy little leather strap. So I could see with a backpack of this size, that huge hardware on the back, that could be a comfortability issue or maybe even like an accessibility issue for some. Because listen, if I have just like a leather strap on my shoulder for a long afternoon, I can't wear a shoulder bag or for a few days afterwards, otherwise like my whole shoulder locks up. But overall, for this collection, that backpack is my top two. I think if you know me well enough, you know what my number one pick is. Now, this graffiti aesthetic, though, plays a design thread through all three of the new models that we've seen in this runway. We see it on the tabby, we see it on the backpack, and lastly, we see it on what is quite possibly my favorite, the kiss lock clutch, or the kiss lock bags, I should say. The kiss lock bags come in 3 different sizes from what I can tell from looking at the runway. We have a small version which has like a little leather handheld strap. I'm hoping that when these are actually released, there's going to be options to attach maybe like a crossbody or even like a longer chain shoulder strap. I think would be gorgeous because listen guys, Coach has been doing kiss lock bags like through all of time. Like I remember when I worked at Coach back in like before Reed Krakoff left, we always had like some like cute little Menagerie or cute little, I remember there was like one in ostrich feathers with the kiss lock closure. Fabulous. Absolutely stunning. My XL Lily back in the day had the kiss lock pocket on the back. The Rogues had the kiss lock pocket on the interior. For Series 1 anyway, they should really bring that back if they haven't. And we've seen this kind of aesthetic clutch through several different design houses. Hello Fendi first. I also kind of came to mind with the Bottega Veneta pouch and the Lauren that they've re-released. So like these big kind of architectural clutches are still in fashion. We've been seeing these since what, 2017, 2018 when the Bottega pouch came out, and then 2021 when my YSL Sade came out, and what the Fendi first was 2022, 2023, I think 22. 22 feels right. So like we keep continuously seeing these large framed clutches coming out. I'm here for it. Like they're a vibe 100. Now, when it comes to the smaller version of the clutch, it comes in a couple different styles. I think you're going to be able to get just the plain leather, which is absolutely stunning, my favorite quite possibly. And you can do it with the graffiti, but I'm not quite sure if this is going to have the stickers on it. Now, moving up a size, we have the medium size, which I saw a lot of in like the plain leather and the graffiti. And then from what I can tell from the runway, the medium size comes in two different styles. You can either have the plain leather, which looks stunning in the black with gold hardware, the Merlot wine color with gold hardware, or they also had Coach chalk with the graffiti on it. Now listen, I'm not the biggest fan of the graffiti aesthetic or the stickers for that matter. I don't know, like I come from the Reed Krakoff era where things could be a little cutesy, but they are also still very polished, very refined, very upscale. The graffiti, it's kind of like a replay on the Basquiat collections that we saw both in full price and at outlet. I have one of his scarves in my collection, the big shawl number, which I need to break out now. Well, I say now that it's fall, but it's literally been in the high 80s this week, but not the point. With this collection, like I said, you're going to see the stickers, you're going to see the graffiti, none of which are really my vibe, but I can appreciate them for other people. I would just wish that, you know, it'd be cool if I could bring in like my oversized kiss lock clutch purse first into the boutique and have like an artist there like mess it up for me. Like that would be a vibe. The verdict is out. I'll have to see these actually in person, but like the full leather versions, that clutch, take my card. Take my card. I like the backpack's cute. I'm not much of a backpack boy, but a kiss lock clutch, that I can get on board with, especially like the medium or like the large size. Sign me up 100. Now this medium, like I said, the Merlot, probably my favorite. I think, you know, Merlot, Bordeaux, Burgundy has had a huge, you know, party all of 2024. We saw it for spring, summer, autumn, winter. This is obviously going to carry over into 2025. I mean, hello, it's a gorgeous color. How could you not? Those clutches, guys, are stunning. Now the largest size, which looks absolutely massive, literally looks like a keep all 45 under some of these models' arms. This one I think is going to come in all three styles if it makes it into production. We saw it in the smooth, we saw it with stickers, we saw it with graffiti. It's a whole party on this bag. And again, are the stickers, is this something that I can pick out in store and maybe I only want to add like 3 or 4? Do I want to cover the whole thing? Only time will tell, but I really hope that with Stuart Vevers' kind of summation of this show that the personality of the wearer can really shine through and we can customize these things ourselves. I think that would be a vibe 100. Now, you know how like on like little evening bags you can have like the little hooks that kind of flip up and attach like a handle to it. Can we do that? Can they go crossbody? I think like a big kiss lock clutch kind of crossbody. I'm not even a big crossbody fan, would be absolutely fabulous. Or I don't know, there would just be something nice to be able to like, you know, hold on to it or maybe throw it on my shoulder if I have to tie my shoes in the city. I don't want to put my bag on the ground. We're gonna have to actually see if this makes it to production and what kind of changes or if they stay true to the original design. Now, lastly, this is gonna bring us to the weird pillow bags that I really did not like or understand. I thought they were kind of just design runway filler, if you will. Because you have to think about it. The way these bags are designed, I think we saw like a dinosaur, a stegosaurus. We saw a bear, lips, which if they didn't learn anything from the Wesselman collab, no one wants lips on their bag, let alone a big lip bag. At least I don't. They also have, I think there was also a heart. Now, the way these are designed, I don't think that entire thing is going to be a usable capacity if it makes it to production. I'll be very surprised if it does. I think that most of it is just kind of like filled like a pillow, and then you might have like a little kiss lock pocket go down. But again, like I don't want to be walking around the city with a giant leather bear or leather lips. What is that saying about the wearer? But I don't know. I thought that they were more of like a runway gimmick. I really would be surprised if they make it into mass production commercially. I just don't see how those would be a big hit. My big takeaways for this whole list is obviously we don't watch Coach for ready to wear or, you know, like full-on ensemble kind of inspiration. I mean, it's nice. It provides a foil for what that season's going to be about. Obviously, this is another love letter to New York. I think that's fine. That's all good. Like, some of the coats were cool, like the leather jackets, the leather coats. I especially like that. The most true to Bonnie Cashin's original design cues and DNA. I thought that one was fascinating. The bags, I could take or leave most of them, especially like the graffiti and the stickers. The tabby, she's cute. I think as long as you know, Vevers is in charge, we're always going to have a rogue. We're always probably going to have a tabby of some iteration. So that's fine. That was to be expected. The backpacks, I think the big winner here was the full leather, especially in the brown. Absolutely stunning. Again, the kiss lock clutch, any size, you could not go wrong. I would probably pick up even the small size. I think would be cute for just kind of like running around, throw stuff underneath your shoulder. Probably better price point than your Bottega Veneta pouch. Lauren, even over at Fendi, the Fendi First. My Sade clutch at YSL has been discontinued, so best of luck finding one of those, I guess. The shape clutches, could totally do without. I don't really think they added much to the runway. I mean, they're interesting. We've seen them do shape bags a lot over the last few years, whether that be at outlet, full price, the gimmicky kind of stuff we've seen a lot of lately from Coach. So will they make it in production? I don't know. I'll be very surprised. They'll probably be a bit smaller if they do, or some iteration, but we'll see. Now the charms were kind of cute. Again, I'm not really big into strange shapes or like iconic shapes, if you will. So I'll probably be skipping out on those, but it's fun to see them kind of getting back to bag charms. Listen, during the Reed Krakoff era, like Coach bag charms and keychains, next level. And I don't think they've been able to recapture kind of that excitement that was around like my true Coachies. Like, we get it. Like those old, remember the comic one with like the pow, boom, bang, the owl, there were always like cute, the dog, like so many cute Coach charms from back in the day. The new ones lately are just not the same caliber or quality. I'll say that much, but it's fun to kind of see them keep charms as a thing, because charms are fun. I just don't really have many in my collection. Anyway, what did we take away from this other than the sweeping panning shot of the Whole Foods? We're going to get more Coach stuff coming soon. And is this going to have the same kind of fervor that we saw with like the Brooklyn and the Empire? And I think moving forward, I would hope to see more of the Coach models hit the runway. Not like models as in like physical people, but like more of the bags hit the runway, because listen, like they have between any given time 40 to 50 bags in production each season. So I would have liked to have seen like more. I want to see more from Coach. Like the current Coach just isn't the Coach that I fell in love with back in the early 2000s during the Krakoff era. So might take a minute for me to get back into it, but I could see myself kind of going after one of those kiss lock clutches, especially, I mean, honestly, any of the sizes. I think they are fabulous. Let me know, guys, down in the comments. What are your thoughts on this collection? Are you excited about the kiss lock clutch? Do you love the stickers and the graffiti? Like, what are your thoughts? Let's get a conversation going. And until next time, guys, stay safe, have fun. I'll see you on the next one. Bye.